Alright guys, I decided to call the sword Wrath. It's painted, the blade's painted mostly. I've got a spot on the underside of here, or right here where I guess it scuffed something, and I gotta sand that off and repaint it. Flop discs are expensive. Flop discs on an angle grinder are expensive, but so I'm just not getting another one, not buying another one anytime soon. But here's what I've done. It's painted. I didn't think about it. I don't know why I decided painting it before I put the edge on, or the bevel on it was a good idea, but I did. Doesn't matter. Clamped it down to the table. Well, it was already before I clamped it down to the table. I put it in the milling machine, leveled it, and drilled 3 holes. And about the center of the handle at these points, the handle is lopsided and not straight and not even. So these holes are not in line. I tried to make them in line, but they were going to be too off to one side and it was going to be stupid and dumb. I found 3 pre-cut lengths of 5/16 threaded rod. Don't know why I had them, not sure what they came from, but I took a hacksaw and I cut just a little bit down into them. I made sure they were flat on each end, minus this one, which was had some some junk in the threads. So I ground it and I was going to use it for a tap, but for a quick tap for the wood, but I didn't. Ended up not using it. Well, I tried, didn't work wasn't working very well. But I took a hacksaw, I cut a slot so I could tighten these up as I needed to when I was putting the handle together. And these two, I haven't done it on this one yet, but I took this file, the edge of this, one side has a raspy bit, the other side doesn't on the edge. And I filed it out so I could get a screwdriver in there to tighten it up and whatnot. And yeah, I drilled this hole, then I tapped it using the bolt, but then I realized the tap was working better or faster, and the tap works easier and faster. And I put that bolt in, drilled this one out, tapped it through the wood, put it in there. Now keep in mind, I've already tapped the holes through the sword itself, but I haven't tapped the ones through the wood. Normally you don't really have to, but I like to when I put these together, so the wood clamps itself to the metal. On Hominoptera, the steel itself the holes aren't tapped in the steel itself, but they are on the wood. I decided to make the wood and the handle and the steel with the holes tapped on this one, or on Wrath here. Give me more. So as you drill the holes and as you go, right, tap them and put the bolts in if you're going to make one of these like this. You don't actually have to do it like me. In fact, I encourage you to make one, make one that you want, how you like it, whatever. Do you, don't do me. Don't forget, always sand the bottom of your holes when you're drilling through wood. It'll get rid of those little burrs and hopefully help keep it from chipping anymore. Now, I think this is some piece of oak that I got from Harbor Freight. Pretty sure it's oak something or other. And I've already had taped the 2 pieces together, and I made some marks so I could line them back up later. And I shaped the ends of the belt grinder. I'm gonna have to do some more shaping, obviously. But yeah. Also, after you've tapped it once, if you're going to, run the tap back through it after you've got the initial thread through the steel. It will help make it a smoother. It'll help the bolt go in smoother if you run the tap back through again. I found that out because I ran this through with the drill. I actually clamped this bit in the end of the drill and just drilled it through to cut the threads in and whatnot. And yeah, I then took it out, and then I took the tap and ran the tap through, and then I ran it back through, and it was so much nicer. It was such a more loose fit and so much easier to get through it. So after I drilled this one, I ran the tap back through it. And as you can see, I've re-tapped this one. I ran the tap back through it. Though I think I had already run the tap back through this the bottom hole, though. Always blow out your holes. That's all I'm going to do now is flip this with these clamped on. And actually, I think I'm going to tape these on. And then I'm going to flip it, line the other handle up, clamp it where the heck I want it to be clamped, and drill the holes through it, and then thread that side, and then I'm going to shape it to this handle. Then I'm going to take it off and redo the pommel, and I'm probably going to give it a black paracord wrap on the handle. Of course, I am going to put the edge on it before I finish the handle and do any more painting. That's it for this one, guys. Sorry, this one has to be a step-by-step and not really a whole bunch of making, but I don't think any of you wanted to watch me cut, grind, and shape for about 6 hours. Nobody wanted to see that. And I'm probably exaggerating. It was probably only about 3 total. But nobody wants to see that because I don't want to see that. I hate watching videos of just people grinding and shaping on metal, you know. Just with a belt grinder or a grinder and angle grinder, you know. Milling machine's a little different. I don't know why I like that more than angle grinder, but that's what I like to watch, and I don't just think, I'm pretty sure people agree with me that nobody wants to sit here and watch me grind and shape on metal and cuss at it for 3 hours. So yeah, we'll make another video of me doing something else on this. So see you later, guys.